And we must tell everyone about this. I mean, my doctor was in our GP yesterday. My husband's a doctor, actually. He's but he's actually flabbergasted. I'm keep telling him, you're right, they're pharmacists.
It's far. I mean, the poor guys can't even help themselves.
But, you know, what he's talking about, the food, the doctor's diet has changed, he doesn't eat any cheese anymore, it's all vegetables and things. And sure, this morning, it's black in the heat.
This morning I thought I was a goner.
Well, let's give you a big answer.
Okay.
Number one, what you've been through is rapid, confusing, frightening, overwhelming, I'm sure. Okay, now, here's what I've learned in the 41 years that Hippocrates has learned in the 57 years working with thousands of people with brain tumors.
Okay.
Where we've seen hundreds and hundreds of these people reverse brain cancer. You can get on the Hippocrates website. There's actually stories, videos of people who were goners, had brain tumors the size of their brain. You know, when we looked at them, we'd say, where the hell is the brain? It's all a tumor at this stage. Completely reversed it. So now, you're going to hear a lot of easy, quick ways to do it. That's similar to mimicking pharmaceutical medicine. Sodium bicarbonate, wheatgrass, this pill, that pill. That's not how people get well. Let's start with that. People get well from a comprehensive desire to live. Number one. If you have a comprehensive means 100%. Now, I want to live because I'm frightened. I want to live because I have a reason to live. 100% of the tens of thousands of people I know and worked with who have reversed things like brain cancer, stage 3, stage 4, that was the one ingredient they had. Number two, it's a totality of a lifestyle. It's not taking sodium bicarbonate to make yourself alkaline. There's even good people out there who are giving misinformation on alkaline bodies and saying ridiculous things like, if you're alkaline, you won't get cancer. I could get cancer if I was at Chernobyl. I could get cancer if my heart was broken. Do you follow me? There's a lot of reasons we get sick. As a flight attendant, it doesn't surprise me, because the sickest people we know are pilots and flight attendants. Number three, a close third for you, by the way, are who? Hairdressers. They're next to electromagnetic and chemicals all day long. Radiologists are 4. Can you imagine? Radiologists, you beat flight attendants do. So over the decades, who are the sick people that come to us? Number 2. Give yourself a hand. You're in the number 2 group there. Yeah. Only guys that beat you are the ones in the cockpit up here. But, so that's got to go. You've got to change that now.
No more flying.
No more flying. You've got to get a sick leave. You've got to get a legitimate doctor who has balls and brains and writes a paper and says he cannot fly until he reverses brain cancer. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, you've got to, well, I don't know forever. Once you do something like this, you can fly, but bottom line, it's going to be a long time.
Right.
You know, we want to see you 2 years down the road well, then we start having another conversation. Okay. Number 2, how you really alkalize the body takes a long time. I did studies on this 30 years ago. We were doing litmus paper and getting anal, do the saliva, do this, and piss here. And we would see, it took a year, it took 2 years, it took 3 years for really sick people. It would go to number 9, it would go to number 5. They'd say, I'm going to die, it's not a 7. This is all false information. You are going to swing all over the joint for years until you get on a consistent lifestyle and diet. The diet that we propose, you don't have to invent another diet. This works. You just saw a tidbit of this. I could speak for the next 10 days without stopping to tell you all the science on this stuff. This is what you should eat. This is going to be hard for you. If you were eating the typical, you know, European diet, American diet, this is a radical shift. But this is going to save your ass. And so you've got to do this. That will ultimately alkalize your body, but by the way, have the phytochemicals in it that kill and prevent these cancers. Now, the other thing is, when I arrive home in 2 weeks, if you write me and put urgent all over it, I will have you get a number of people that have reversed brain cancer. I'm important, they're more important. When you get on the phone and talk to somebody that says, I was given a week to live, I was given 3 weeks to live 10 years ago, that's who you need to talk to now. That's going to help you become completely, absolutely committed to yourself. So let's start again by giving you a congratulations. We're here for you. keep going. Any other questions? Yes.
Before my question, I'd just like to add something to what you said about the radiation in flames.
Yes.
Apparently, raw cabbage can be a protective factor
Absolutely.
against radiation. There were some experiments done, I think, maybe in Germany, and they gave raw cabbage to bunny
It was a
rabbits.
sauerkraut.
Yeah, and then exposed them to radiation. Those that had eaten the raw cabbage, most of them survived. Most of the bunny rabbits that hadn't eaten the raw cabbage were killed. So my question is, you mentioned in the broccoli sprouts that they contain B12.
Yes.
That's kind of maybe slightly controversial. How certain are you that that is like true B12 and not an analog?
Well, let's give you the B12 answer, if you want the B12 answer. Years ago, after we did a major conference in Wales, with a lot of, we quote, raw food leaders at it, and the questions that came to us is, why am I more confused after this 3-day raw food conference? You said this, she said this, they said that. I convened summits for the leaders. We had 3 international summits for people from 7, 8, 9 countries. We sat for a couple of days